First questions. Identify the structure in a male cockroach where the sperms are stored. Shown in the diagram, reproductive system of male cockroach. The male reproductive organs of the cockroach comprise a pair of small dry-lobed testes lying one on each lateral side in the fourth, fifth abdominal segments. From each testis arises thin tube called vasa deferens, which opens into ejaculatory duct through the seminal vesicle. The ejaculatory duct opens into male gonopore situated ventral to anus. A characteristic mushroom-shaped gland called phallic or conclovate gland is present in the sixth and abdominal segment. It functions as an accessory reproductive glands. The external genitalia are represented by chitinous asymmetrical structures surrounding the male gonopore at the end of the abdomen called male gonopophysis or palomere. According to their position, they are called right, left, and ventral palomeres. The sperms are stored in seminal vesicles or glued together form an bundles called spermatopores. The spermatopores are discharged during copulation. So the correct answer option B. B is seminal vesicle, A is phallic gland, C is vas deferens, D is ejaculatory duct. Second question. In the given diagram of areolar tissue, identify a phagocytic cell. Shown in the diagram, loose connective tissue or areolar tissue. The connective tissue are formed by the mesoderm and bind other tissue together. The connective tissue are made of variously shaped cell and fibers lying wide apart in a large amount of non-living intercellular or extracellular material. Type of connective tissue. There are three main type of connective tissue which are further divisible into a number of types. First one, loose connective tissues. These tissues have cells and fibers loosely arranged in a semi-fluid ground substance or matrix. Number one, areolar tissue, otherwise called loose connective tissue. The areolar tissue is essentially connective in function. It occurs beneath the epithelia of many hollow visceral organs, skin, and on the walls of arteries and veins. It fixes the skin with the muscle and attaches the blood vessel and nerves with the surrounding tissues. The areolar tissue joins different tissues, forms the packing between them, and helps to keep the organs in place and in normal shape. The areolar tissue consists of a transparent jelly-like sticky matrix containing numerous fibers and cells like fibroblast, mast cell, and macrophages or schistocytes. It is mainly a mixture of carbohydrates, that is mucopolysaccharide, such as hyaluronic acid, and proteins. Fibroblasts are the principal cell of the tissue. They are irregularly shaped and synthesize two kinds of protein, collagen and elastin. The tensile strength of collagen fiber and the elasticity of elastin fiber prevent displacement and injury of tissues and organs under mechanical stress. Collagen fibers are also laid down at the site of injury and help in tissue repair. The fiber of the tissue leaves spaces called areolae between them, hence the name areolar tissue. Next one, macrophages. Macrophages is also called schistocytes or plasmatocytes, or large amoeboid cell of the areolar tissue. The phagocytose and destroy microbes, foreign particles, and the cells of damaged tissue. The mast cell produce heparin, histamine, and serotonin. That is in some animals like rat and mouse. In humans, serotonin is produced by the blood platelets. Heparin prevents clotting of blood in the uninjured vessel. Histamine is involved in allergic and inflammatory reaction. It releases from the mast cell, help in body defense by attracting the phagocyte to the site of injury. Serotonin is an vasoconstrictor. It stops bleeding and raises blood pressure. So the correct answer option C. C is macrophage. Third question. The epithelium shown in the given diagram is found in. Shown in the diagram, simple epithelium, columnar cell bearing cilia. So the simple ciliated epithelium. This epithelium consists of cells bearing cilia on their free surfaces. Mucus secreting cobalt cell almost invariably occur at intervals among the ciliated cells. Mucus spreads over the epithelium as a thin layer. The cilia of the epithelial cell remain in rhythmic motion and create a current to transport the material which come in contact with them. The ciliated epithelium, that may be columnar ciliated epithelium, consists of columnar cell which bear cilia on the free surface. It lines the oviduct, that is fallopian tube, terminal bronchioles, and central canal of the spinal cord of the embryo. So the correct answer option C. C is an fallopian tube. Fourth question. The given transverse section of, shown in the diagram, transverse section of monocot stem. A typical monocot stem, such as maize plant, binomial name Siam maize, show the following tissues in the transverse section. Number 1, epidermis. It is a uniseriate outermost layer of stem which is made up of small compactly arranged rectangular parenchyma cells. The outer wall of the epidermal cell possesses deposition of silica and cutin. A distinct layer of cuticle is also present on the outside. Hairs are usually absent at places the epidermis possesses stomata. Each stoma is guarded by two dumbbell-shaped guard cells. Second layer, kypodermis. It is made up of 2 to 3 layers of sclerenchyma fibers and lies below the epidermis. The kypodermis acts as a heat screen and provides mechanical strength and rigidity to the stem. Third one, ground tissue. It consists of a mass of thin-walled parenchymatous cells and extend from kypodermis to the center of the stem. Unlike the dicot stem, it does not show distinct into cortex, endodermis, pericycle, and pith. The cells are small and angular towards the hypodermis, but become large and oval in the inner region. Abundant intracellular spaces are present in the ground tissue. Fourth one, vascular strand. It consists of large number of vascular bundles. They lie scattered throughout the ground tissue. The vascular bundles are small but more numerous towards the outside. They are, however, large and more spaced towards the center. Each vascular bundle is oval or rounded in outline. It contains both phloem and xylem. The phloem lies towards the outer side and xylem on the inner side. Cambium is absent. The vascular bundles are conjoint, collateral, and closed. Each vascular bundle is surrounded by a sheath of sclerenchyma called bundle sheath. Then including phloem. Phloem consists of CO2 companion cell and few fibers. Phloem parenchyma is absent. Phloem is distinguished into outer protoploem and metaploem. Then including xylem consists of vessel, trachea, xylem parenchyma, and few xylem fibers. In each vascular bundle, xylem occurs in the form of letter Y and is endark. Endark means protoxylem lies towards the center of the stem. Metaxylem generally consists of two large oval or rounded vessels lying at the upper two angles of the xylem with polygonal tracheids in between them. In mature vascular bundle, some of the protoxylem vessel and the xylem parenchyma cell dissolve or separate to form water containing cavity called lysigenous cavity or protoxylem cavity. So the correct answer option A is monocot stem. Fifth question. The vascular bundle shown in the diagram is most likely to be seen in. The shown the diagram conjoint open vascular bundles. The vascular bundles which contain both xylem and phloem are called conjoined vascular bundle. The xylem and phloem are thus arranged on the same radius. Conjoint bundles are the following three types are there: collateral, bicollateral, concentric. But this type of diagram, collateral vascular bundle, a conjoined bundle with the xylem towards the inner side facing the pith and phloem towards the outer side facing the cortex is called collateral bundle. When in a collateral bundle, A strip of cambium is present between xylem and phloem. The bundle is called open bundle. Example, stems of gymnosperm and most of dicot. When a collateral bundle is without a strip of cambium, it is said to be closed bundle. Example, monocot stem. So the correct answer option B. B is conjoined open vascular bundles with the end-arc protoxylem are most likely found in dicot stem. Sixth question. The main function of the plant tissue shown below is shown in the diagram angular cholangyma. The cholangyma occurs in layers below the epidermis in dicotyledonous plant. It is found either as a homogeneous layer or in patches. It consists of cells which are much thickened at the corners due to a deposition of cellulose, chemicellulose and pectin. Cholangiomatous cells may be oval, spherical or polygonal and often contain chloroplast. These cells assimilate food when they contain chloroplast. Intercellular spaces are absent. They provide mechanical support to the growing parts of the plant, such as young stem and petiole of a leaf. Angular cholangyma, the thickening at the angle. Example, stem of tagetes and stem of tomato. So the correct answer option C. C is mechanical support to growing parts of a plants. Seventh question. The floral diagram shown in the given diagram can be of shown in the diagram Allium cepa, onion plant, Liliaceae family, floral diagram. Economic importance of the Liliaceae family. Number 1, food yielding plant. The bulb of Allium cepa, that is onion, and Allium sativus, that is garlic, are used as food and for flavoring the vegetables. Young shoot and fleshy root of asparagus are cooked as vegetable. Second one, medicinal plants. The leaves of Aloe barbadensis are used to cure piles, liver troubles and boils. Aloe, a purgative obtained from aloe vera. A drug, sarsaparilla, obtained from the roots of smilax, is used as a blood purifier. Raw onion is useful in constipation, diarrhea and cholera. Dried corms of Colchium autumnale, otherwise called meadow saffron, are used against rheumatism and gout. The bulbs of Arginia maritima are cardiac stimulant and diuretic. Third one, ornamental plants. Asparagus, ruscus, dracena, yucca, aloe, tulip, gloriosa, lilies, smilax, etc. are grown in gardens as ornamental plants. Fourth one, miscellaneous plant. Agave, that is yucca gloriosa, and Phormium tenax are fiber yielding plants. Rat poison is prepared from the bulb of Argynia maritima, that is red squirrel and Xylia. Aspodylus tuinifolius is an serious weed in winter crops. Colchium autumnale yield a drug colchicine which is used to induce polyploidy. Dracaena and Xanthoria yield resin used for preparing sealing wax. So the correct answer option A. A is a plant that produces a chemical that can disturb mitotic spindle. Eighth question. The type of placentation shown in the given diagram is seen in. Shown in the diagram, free central placentation. Placentation means inside the ovary, ovules are born on cushion-like tissue called placentae, singular placenta. The number, position and arrangement or distribution of placentae inside the ovary is called placentation. So this diagram mentioning for free central placentation. Free central placentation means it is found in polycarpellary and syncarpous pistils with the unilocular ovaries. The ovules are born around a central column which is not connected with the ovary wall by any septum. Example, dianthus, that is pink, Silene and primula. So the correct answer option D. D is dianthus. Other option, China rose, tomato and lemon, axial placentation, mustard, argemony, parietal placentation, sunflower and marigold, basal placentation. Ninth question. The type of estivation seen in Calotropis is represented by. Shown in the diagram, valvate, twisted, ascendingly imbricate and descendingly imbricate estivation. So estivation means the arrangement of accessory floral organ, that is sepal or petal, in relation to one another in the floral bud condition is called estivation. First type, valvate estivation. The margins of the adjacent sepal or petal meet by their edges by without overlapping. Example, brassica. Second one, twisted and contorted estivation. One margin of a petal overlap regularly the margin of an adjacent petal, the other margin being overlapped by margin of another adjacent petal. Example, hibiscus, China rose. Third one, imbricate estivation. There is an irregular overlapping petals by one another. It has three subtypes. Number one, quincuncal estivation. Two petals external, two internal. Fifth, with one margin external while its another margin internal. Ascendingly imbricate. Posterior petal is held inside by the upper margin of two laterals. They are in turn overlapped by the upper margin of two anterior lateral petals. Example, cassia. Another one, descendingly imbricate or vexillary estivation. The posterior petal is large and overlap the two lateral petal. The latter overlap the two anterior petal. Example P. It is also called papilioneous corolla. So the correct answer option A. A is the estivation seen in Calotropis is valvate. Tenth question. The condition of the ovary shown in the given diagram can be described as. Shown the diagram, position of floral pods on thalamus in perikynous condition. Based on the position of the calyx, corolla and androecium in respect of ovary on thalamus, the flowers are described as kyphogynous, perigynous and epigynous. In the kyphogynous flower, the gynoecium occupies the highest position while the outer parts are situated below it. The ovary in such flowers is said to be superior. Example mustard, China rose and brinjal. If gynoecium is situated in the center and other parts of the flower are located on the rim of the thalamus almost at the same level, it is called perigynous. The ovary here is said to be half inferior. Example plum, rose, beech, etc. In epigynous flowers, the margin of thalamus grows upward, enclosing the ovary completely and getting fused with it. The other parts of flower arise above the ovary. Hence, the ovary is said to be inferior, as in flowers of guava and cucumber and the ray florets of sunflower. So, the correct answer option D. D is the term perigynous would be used for flower. The ovary is said to be calf inferior.